But I think that just, I don't know, Buffalo is just riding the wave right now based off emotions, Damar Hamlin. So I think they got this. I don't see it.
We're going to get into that.
Let's jump right in. What is up, everybody? What's going on? It's Tuesday night. We on the hook. I'm Ray Bones. We got Jordan with us back this week. Jordan, what's going on, brother?
What's going on? I'm happy to be back. Happy to get this cooking up again.
Cook it up. Let me ask you a question, Jordan.
What's
Do you
up?
have any conspiracy theories for us tonight?
I actually did have one that I saw, but I need to go back and look at it because I never wrote it down. But it was actually a pretty good one.
Well, we got some time. We got some time for you to go back and you to figure it out and bring the conspiracies, good investments, bad investments. But before we get into that, gotta say what's up to my man Smitty. What up, dog?
Salutations. Happy Tuesday. Happy Women's History Month. I see our friend the X Factor just joined us. Welcome. Ray, let's talk about Caitlin Clark because it's the ladies' month. It's Women's History Month. So we're going to pay homage to the ladies. Women's History Month. Caitlin Clark. What did she do, Ray?
Listen, Caitlin Clark, obviously she's been balling out. We've been following Caitlin Clark for the last few years. Much love and respect to her. She's leading the Iowa Hawkeyes. Let's see how deep she can take them through the NCAA women's bracket. But first and foremost, passing Pistol Pete, all-time NCAA scorer, men's, women's basketball. She did it. She did it from the foul line. Caitlin Clark is a beast, man. She kind of is. She's like the female Steph Curry, in my opinion. She'll pull up from the logo, and I'll tell you what, man, she can stroke it like nobody's business. So
huge accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean, hey, hasn't been done since. What year was Pistol Pete? God, it's got to be a 50-year-old record for crying out loud. 1970. So 1970. So yeah, we're talking 54 years. Record broken. Caitlin Clark. It's in the history books. So pretty awesome feat. Definitely an awesome feat. So
listen, we got the women's March Madness bracket. Let's talk about the tournament that's coming up. I'll give you guys the number one seeds. South Carolina, of course, we know they're 29-0.
Oh yeah,
16-0 out of the SEC. Stanford, 26-4, 15-3 out of the Pac-12. Ohio State out of the Big Ten, 25-4. Iowa with Caitlin Clark, 26-4 out of the Big Ten. Those are the number one seeds. Do you think that there'll be any upsets as far as the number one seeds are concerned?
Listen, I think you always have to keep in mind a healthy UConn team. They still got Gino. Gino is the GOAT. You can never count them out. They played South Carolina tough for a little bit of the game. I think South Carolina is going to probably cut down the nets. But they're a good team, man. They're coached phenomenally. So, I'm sorry?
Dawn Staley, yeah, absolutely.
She's a beast. Between Dawn Staley and Kim Malarkey over at LSU, you still got Angel Reese over there. We'll see what happens. Obviously, it's a tournament. Anything can happen. But I'll tell you what, South Carolina looks like they're so good. They're so good.
But listen, so UConn's a number 3 seed. They remain at number 2 in the net rankings. I guess they had a 3-4 record against ranked teams outside the Big East. That's why they knocked them down to number 3, a number 3 seed. We'll see how far they go. I mean, maybe anything is possible, like you said, right?
Projected 3. They're projected as a 3 seed throughout the tournament.
Yep.
I mean, I think that's fair. Jordan, what do you think? You think that's a fair ranking for the women?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, UConn's always going to be a good team with their great coaching, right? With Gino and all that. But I think around like the 2 to 3 range is definitely there in cases of talent. They've kept a good record with always a tough schedule. But I do agree with you, Ray. I think South Carolina is just they're like the Boston Celtics of college women's basketball. They just got weapons on every single part of the floor, every position. Like they got good coaching. Like maybe that part of the Celtics isn't a good comparison, but I think South Carolina for the win there.
Oh, did you just throw shade on the Celtics?
I perchance,
you-
perchance.
Wait, what? You say, listen, I agree with you 100%, honestly. And I'm actually glad that you brought that up. Not to veer off into NBA talk right now, Smitty, but we may, if that's okay. I don't know. Should
Yeah.
we?
Let's roll with that. Let's roll with it.
Jordan just said he threw shade on Joe Mazzulla. He
He's
did.
trash. He's
I
terrible.
agree. So here's the thing. And, I like to listen to, we have our guy, Kev Mike, is in the house. What's up, Kev?
Hanging in there, boys. How are you?
We're good, brother. We're good. We just touched a little bit about Women's History Month and Caitlin Clark obviously being the all-time leading scorer in all of NCAA basketball. And Jordan made a comment leading into a little NBA talk about how the Celtics pretty much don't have a coach that can lead them to an NBA championship. If the Celtics had one issue, what would it be? Not even that was the question, but he made a statement. And I agree with him. Joe Mazzulla, it's his fault if the Celtics don't win a championship this year. By the way, Celtics have three games of 50-point wins, first time in NBA history. Lot of pressure on the Celtics now. A lot of pressure. If the Celtics don't win it this year, who are they going to blame? I can think of two names. they're going to blame. Jordan already said one, and Joe Mazzulla. Who's the other one?
Jason Tatum.
Smitty?
I agree. Jason
I agree.
Tatum.
Tatum and Mazzulla. Who goes first? The coach.
The
Coach goes first. Get him out of there. I have never seen a coach in my life, and I've complained about this before, that sits down. You can't sit down and be a coach. You got to be up like pretty much the whole game. I think that's fair.
Well, does he have any? Ray, maybe the man's got medical conditions that we're not aware of. Maybe his back hurts. You know what I mean? He's got back spasms.
If you
Take
have
a painkiller.
dude, yeah, Kev, what would you do?
I would stand the entire game and coach my team, or I would. I mean, you see coaches sit for off and on, but the majority of time you got to be up.
Yeah,
Joe Mazzulla doesn't have an ailment. Joe Mazzulla is in good shape.
dude.
So here's a question. Here's a question for you. So because he doesn't stand up, that's the reason. One of the reasons that he's a bad coach.
No, I don't think he's a good coach.
No.
I just think he'll get blamed if they don't go to the finals.
As he should.
Right.
As he should. So
Whether
here's
it's fair or not, right? Like,
No, it's more than fair because you know what? You've had one of the best teams in the NBA for the last couple, how many years he has in the Celtics? This is year 3 or 4.
when did the other guy get fired for being nuts? Is this second year?
I think it's second. I think it's his second year as the head coach. Yeah,
second year. But he's been with the organization for long
because
enough.
it had happened in like the off season of last year, and then he went to the Rockets.
Yeah,
Udoka.
But you know who he is? Like when you look at great coaches, set aside like Phil Jackson, right? He's a great coach, but I felt like he always had that pretty much cool, calm demeanor. I feel like Joe Mazzulla is like the Bill Belichick on the sideline, but he's not demeanor, not ability, but like you got to get your players hyped up. I think Joe's kind of like a snooze fest. You know what I mean? He's kind of like the elevator music in the fourth quarter when you're trailing by like 2 or 3 points.
I don't know, dude. It's hard because the NBA is a different animal. If you get on them, then they want you fired and you get fired. It's
fire them.
It's psychology 101, really. At this point, and he's got guys on the court like Drew Holiday's like a coach on the court. So, but I mean, everybody's different. Everybody's different.
But you know what it's like. You know what it's
Yeah.
like to get that extra little push in the butt. You know what I mean? You need a slap in the ass sometimes. And I feel like he does not provide that. He is not that guy. He's not going to get you hyped up before the game. Like, I want to hear a pregame, pregame speech that's going to make me want to run through the wall and destroy everybody. And I feel like he probably would put me to sleep, grab my pillow and my blankie, possibly stick my thumb in my mouth. You know what I mean? Like that's how laid back I think Joe Mazzulla is. I don't think he's good for Boston, but if he wins a title this year, then hey, good for them. But it's the regular season. They don't play defense. They got guys that can score, yada, 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 whatever.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Same old story. They play in the playoffs, though. So, whew, Jordan, man, took us down a road. Nice work. Nice work there, Jordan.
So are we still on the NBA?
I mean, you want to talk? Let's talk about the Knicks real quick, Smitty.
Oh boy,
let's talk about them.
About that one, man.
Are you still excited about the Knickerbockers?
I'm still excited, but the other night it was like, I thought Brunson was going to be done for the year.
So did I.
And right now they're losing by like 22 points against Atlanta.
That's all right though. They as a fan, I mean, you have your opinion. That's cool. I'm excited. I think once they get their pieces back, first of all, I'm excited just that Brunson's day to day, because that did look real bad. I thought his knee was done. But they're about to get Randall back and OG back. And then, I think you're seeing some of the guys step up. A couple of guys will be stepping up off the bench when those guys come back. As long as they're healthy going in the playoffs, I'm excited as a Knick fan. I really am.
Yeah,
That's
me too. I like the way this kid Deuce McBride is playing.
He was big the other night against Cleveland.
Yeah. So
big match.
You know what I wanted to bring up, Ray, is LeBron James.
Oh, God.
LeBron James.
What do we want to talk about him for?
Why?
The hell we want to talk about him for? He scored 40,000 points. Great job. Retire.
Come on, man. You got to give him his props.
Your job is done.
Get out.
Your job is done. Get out. Big deal.
I thought we were going to talk about how he blatantly ignored his coach and ran his own plays the other night.
Oh, did that happen?
A coach that he endorsed. This has happened many times.
How many coaches has he endorsed, though?
He wants to tie Lue.
Now, let me ask you a question. Let me be a devil's advocate here. Let me be a devil's advocate here for a minute. Now, is LeBron James the only athlete that we know of to do that? Or back in the 90s, before social media and the internet was as popular as it is now, is it a good possibility that some greats, some legends that played in the NBA did the same thing that we're not aware of?
No, they definitely did it. Jordan did it.
But Jordan also won games.
Okay.
Jordan's 6-0 in the finals. You know what I mean? LeBron's 4-5 or 4 and what's LeBron? 4-5 in the finals? 4-6. Yeah, he's been there 10 times, but he's lost 6 times.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm just saying that's a huge accomplishment. I know that, nowadays there's not a lot of defense being played. So that's, that took place in that 40,000 points that he scored, but it's a huge accomplishment. That's all I'm saying.
So when he wants to come to New York to finish off the season, you're
welcome. No. You know that I just told you, Ray, I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm just saying.
Neither am I.
Okay.
Neither am I.
And as a Knicks fan, I will never, ever embrace that move.
So you think
I told you what I'm capable of doing if that happens.
So it's fair for me to say your job is done. Get out. Because you don't want him on the Knicks. He can't help you, right?
No.
Who can he help? Who can he help?
I don't know.
Can help anybody.
The Knicks could use some help. I mean, they need another player.
LeBron James would help any team. The problem with LeBron, and have other players done this? Yes. But the history with LeBron is different than these other players. LeBron James has, in his history, he's had the owners spend money. And when he plays GM, he's not good at it. He's had owners spend all the time. Every team he's on is one of the highest paid teams. He goes and tells them, go get this guy, go get this guy. They get him. Then they struggle. and then he wants to walk off the court and he wants to blame the coach. It's never on him. That's my issue with him. It's never on him.
All I said was I wanted to acknowledge the fact that he scored 40,000 points.
Mhm.
I did not get emotional. I didn't say
triggered.
let's get emotional over LeBron James. You know what I mean? That's all I said.
There's trigger
I'm not
words.
emotional. I'm just stating facts.
There's trigger words.
40,000 points. That's trigger.
Trigger words. Donald Trump, LeBron James. Trigger
Dude,
words.
you're right. Dude,
Anybody.
you're right.
People go crazy
Politics
for those
and
two names.
sports. Politics and sports.
Trigger words.
You're right.
Trigger words. That's all I'm saying.
Smitty.
You're right.
I'm not getting into it. I'm not getting into it. But what's the difference? Right?
Politics and sports.
Smitty, am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Listen, I don't.
Have we
I
seen
don't
the
talk
videos
about
all over the
politics.
place? I'm not
I
talking
don't
about
talk about politics. Dude.
I'm talking about a trigger word. That's all I'm doing. Trigger word. Trigger word. Trigger word. Trigger
All
word.
right. I'm sorry I brought up LeBron James.
That's it.
No.
Move it
Don't
along.
be. It's a longevity accomplishment. My issue. I'm the one that brought up the fact that he blatantly disrespected his coach, and as you pointed out, and you're right, other players have done it. The problem is he loses a lot of credibility and takes heat because he's done this multiple times everywhere he's been. That's all.
Listen,
All right.
I appreciate his ability.
I love Smitty.
I appreciate what he brought to the game. Is he a great player? Yes.
Yeah.
So let's go to the LA Clippers.
Ooh.
Russ Westbrook undergoes hand surgery. Out. Will he return for the playoffs?
Okay.
And how much do the Clippers lose with him out?
A lot.
They lose a lot. Yeah.
Jordan, chime in on this, man. I know we're like, demanding the air right now because that's what we do sometimes.
Yep.
What's your take on the Clippers?
Yeah, Westbrook's obviously always a valuable piece. He's an old guy, he's a veteran, so obviously that gives you a lot of mental strength on the team, right? It's basically like having another coach. As the game goes, he definitely knows the game almost better than anyone. The dude's been a triple-double machine his whole career. Obviously, he's not up to that point, but he knows how to get guys the ball as well. He's a good point guard. With those weapons on the Clippers, I still think they're going to be fine. But I wouldn't doubt if you see them struggle defensively. Obviously, with Westbrook out, that's maybe not a crazy key defensive piece, but it's key enough in that.
It's a lot of
offensive
energy.
lineup.
That's a lot of energy you're losing right now with Westbrook going off the court because that guy is like the Energizer Bunny, man. He's that annoying dude on the other team that you got to run around and follow. And then when he's playing defense, you want him nowhere around you. So,
yeah.
Nah, fair point. Fair point. Good question, Smitty. Good question.
Smitty's the man.
Smitty's always got it going on.
I try to
He got it locked and loaded.
I try to be. Listen, but what I'm really looking forward to is my man Kev. Talk to us about that combine, bro. Break it down for us. What do you got on that hot stove?
I think that there's a lot of people that don't like the combine, and I get it. The NFL teams do. And it's not always just about numbers. It's the interview process. It's looking at body composition. There's a lot of things that teams find valuable. I understand we see these guys run fast and do all that stuff. And I get that a lot of people don't really care for it, but it's a very valuable thing. For somebody like me, it just verifies certain things in terms of like looking at film and things of that nature. All it does is verify the speed. Somebody like Worthy from Texas that set the record in the 40, he plays fast on film. We've seen guys like Darius Hayward-Bay back in the day come and run 4.2 and they get picked high and he looks like he runs 4.6 on the field. So it's just it's a verification of the film. And again, the interviews are big.
I got a question. Smitty, you want to go first?
Yeah, please. Before
go
it
ahead.
slips my
Go
mind.
ahead. Oh, yeah, go
You
ahead.
brought up Worthy, and I love that you brought that name up. Yes, he got that 4 point, whatever it was.
4.21.
Can he catch the ball?
Oh yeah, he's a good player, real good player, and he gets open and he finds ways to get open in space, which is very valuable, especially on third down. You know those 3rd down and 5 plays, very slippery. But yeah, he's if he was 190 pounds, I think he'd be a lot higher on the draft boards. But he's 170 pounds, and I know it's not the end all be all, but it does matter. Down below, X Factor, Kool-Aid McKinstry. I think he's probably the best corner. I think he'll come off the board somewhere in the middle to late first round, somewhere between 16 and 20. It's just so, we got the 3 quarterbacks and we can debate that all day. There's such good wide receivers and the offensive line is loaded this year. So I think the importance of those positions and the teams that are picking above that spot. But McKinstry is very talented. Arnold from Alabama, another guy extremely talented.
Loved his interview.
Yeah, he's just a great.
I love that dude's interview.
Right. But yeah, Schmitty, the combine is some people love to watch it. Some people think it's the dumbest thing on earth. And the times don't guarantee somebody plays that fast. It doesn't mean they're going to be great. But as I said, it's just for the teams to interview these guys, to check out their real height and weight. It is big for some of these teams because they do look at that. And I'm a little disappointed Jaden Daniels didn't measure in. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this question, because you brought up Darius Hayward-Bay, right? Yep. And we're comparing him to Xavier Worthy, who ran a 4.21.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm saying that, Worthy is like the top wide receiver off the board. I think he's probably one of the top 5. I think it's fair. The guy played at Texas. Hayward-Bay played at Maryland.
Yep.
As far as the competition level of what Worthy has had to face all year, and compared him to Hayward-Bay, and then obviously what Hayward-Bay did in the NFL and what Worthy potential could do in the NFL. I mean, do you think it's fair to say that Xavier Worthy is actually going to have a career in the NFL versus someone like Darius Hayward-Bay, who we thought was going to be, the ceiling was high based on his 40 time, right? We thought, oh, this dude's a flyer. Kind of like, I don't remember Devontae Parker's, 40 time, but Devontae Parker was another one out of, was he Maryland or Louisville?
Fresno State.
Devontae Parker?
Devontae Parker was Louisville. Yep.
All right, and Hayward-Bay was
Devontae Adams. Sorry.
No, Fresno State, David Carr, whatever. Yeah, or Derek. Which one? Derek? David. I always get them too confused. The one that's not the Giants. They're both there?
Yeah,
the
Cars.
Thank you. Either way, Worthy higher ceiling. Where do you got him at?
And more productive. Like Hayward-Bay wasn't as productive. And, Worthy showed up against the good teams that he played. I think he was Texas's best receiver. No disrespect to the other kid that's going to get drafted, but
Donovan Mitchell, right?
Yeah, Worthy, I think has better tape, and not just good numbers, but better tape.
Okay, I like
against better competition.
Hey, Holcomb, let's go.
Yeah,
Texas on the rise. Watch out.
Notter.
Let's see, Chris. I need to know what you are all feeling on the Giants, Jones and Saquon.
Saquon to Houston. I said it in the group message. He's going to Houston.
Yep.
He's going to Houston. They got all the capital.
Definitely a possibility.
I'm good. I'm good with that. As long as he's out of the NFC East. I'm good with that.
I just feel bad for the other kid that's there now that left Buffalo. That's in Houston, because obviously he's going to lose some. He's going to lose all the shine, all the touches.
Singletary.
Devin Singletary, yeah.
I like the combination though, Ray. I like the combination that they would be, but just just from just to address the Giants for Notter, like there's so much up and down. The fans, they signed Daniel Jones. Hindsight is 2020, obviously, or whatever. There's nothing they can do about it. They signed him. They could have paid the running back. They paid the quarterback. What is. I think Barkley's gone. I think he's gone from the Giants. I think there's no way that he goes back there. I agree. Houston's an option. I think Philly's an option. There's going to be other teams that come in. just from the with the Giants, they're obviously going to have to find a running back. They could find one in the draft. It's not going to be Saquon Barkley. And I like where they sit at 6. I think they'll take a receiver, but they have to have a long-term plan. They've got to figure out what they're doing beyond this year at the quarterback position. I was huge on Daniel Jones 2 years ago.
I thought you were a Giants fan. You were so huge.
I thought that the Giants, I thought that he managed the offense very well. He ran, used his legs a lot, and he didn't turn the ball over, and he was healthy. And this year, it just everything from the Dallas game went to kind of crap.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be interesting to see the direction that they go and kind of what their plan is. Could they draft a quarterback in the second round to try to groom? Yes. I know that there's rumors that they're going to trade up and try to get a quarterback. Don't know that I see that happening. The Patriots are probably, they have a good relationship with the Patriots. I could see them potentially trying to move to 3. This cat's driving me nuts. But I think it's a weird time for the Giants. I really do.
So Kev, I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see the Giants drafting a quarterback with the pick 6? I
don't think so. I don't. I think Daniel Jones is going to be the quarterback this year, and they're going to hope for the best. I think Neighbors and Odunze are 2 options there to get him a weapon. I think Odunze is going to be a dog. I think he's a stud, and
stop stealing Jordan's words, bro.
Yeah, no, I love that kid.
My guy Jordan's words.
And I think that they'll obviously, let's see how they do. Their draft last year is yet to be determined, but it doesn't look as what I thought it was going to be. But sometimes players take time, but I don't know that they're going to. They might try to move up, but I think they'll take a receiver at 6, and they'll continue to build out their roster and kind of hope for the best. And I do see a running back somewhere on day 2 early.
Now, thank you for that, Kevin. Here's a question. I'm going to go with Ray on this one. And I know, Kev, you can answer this question too after Ray and Jordan. Caleb Williams, he declined to participate with medical examinations, the first in history. What does that say about him? And as an owner, do you draft him just based on his talent?
You want to go, Ray? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty fair or safe to say that there's a lot of pressure on drafting Caleb Williams based off of all of the hype that is around him. And if he is everything that he is, supposed to be, and you miss, you're going to be on the hot seat. So it's kind of unfortunate to be in a position like the Bears to draft him at 1, because to be honest with you, I'm not drafting him. I'm not drafting him as the Bears. I'm taking Justin Fields, and I'm running with Fields, and I am going to grab Marvin Harrison Jr. first overall. No problem. If I don't do that, I'm going to trade back maybe a couple picks, where I could still get Marvin a couple picks afterwards and let some of these other teams like the Patriots and the Commanders get their quarterback. But I don't know. He declined last year. Same coach, same team. I don't know. I'm not on the Caleb Williams train based off of some of the comments that I've seen, but I didn't hear him say it because obviously there's so much satire out there now on the internet. Yeah. You don't know what's true and what's not. Unfortunate for Caleb, but he's not a big guy. Does he have talent? Yeah, he has talent, but it's speed in the NFL and it's different. The size is not there for me. I want a big guy, at least tall. Drew Brees are few and far between, in my opinion. I mean, I can't think of many quarterbacks who played at such an elite level like Drew Brees did. Little guys. That's Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, he's a little guy. He's not a big guy. So I think it's a risk. Look at Bryce Young. Little guy. That was a tough rookie campaign for him. Did he have anybody to throw the ball to? Adam Thielen? Guy's a 1,000-year-old guy. You know, not helpful.
Real
Get
tough
rid-
spot. Yeah.
You get rid of his best receiver in DJ Moore. You send him to Chicago. You know what? Chicago, keep Justin Fields. Grab Marvin Harrison Jr. Trade back 2 picks or 3 picks. Get
Yep.
Marvin Harrison Jr. If not, you go grab and you go get a Dunze or Neighbors. Wide receivers. They're loaded this year in the draft. There's a few that you can draft in the top 10, no problem. But Caleb Williams, quarterbacks, I'll take Jacoby Brissett right now. Or Kirk Cousins in New England. Over.
Slow it
Yo.
down. Let Kev, go ahead, Kev.
Ah, dude,
Kev,
don't get me going on the quarterback.
I think
It's
I
a
think-
crapshoot drafting a rookie quarterback. I don't care what anybody says. It's a crapshoot.
it
Mac
is.
Jones 2.0. Here we go.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud is
Mhm.
is like a godsend. Like they
Yep.
hit the lottery with CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
I think
I'm sorry.
I think Caleb Williams is an elite talent, and I think 6'1", 215. I think his body is built thick. I think he's just so talented. I worry about the father a little bit because he's the one that's behind this ignorant
pulling the strings.
kind of. Yeah, and so he doesn't have a certified agent. Okay. The rookie contract stuff, they're not going to be able to get ownership. They're not going to be able to bypass the rookie contract. It's in the collective bargaining agreement. So that worries me because he's just not. If we know this, he should know this. You can try to do whatever you want. It's not going to matter.
Is
bottom
Caleb
line is-
Williams 215 though? Is he legit 215?
Yeah, he's built thick. He measured in. Drake May is, a little over 6'4", 232 pounds.
Man.
Daniels didn't measure, which bothers me. But the bottom line is he's so talented. He's so talented. He's so gifted. He was on such a bad team at USC. If you watch the film, they're so bad. I just think that you got to take him. And I've said that on show one when everybody was saying, oh, they're going to trade the pick. They're going to trade the pick. They're going to take him. He's the first pick. And they're going to do
you've
it
been
because
solid
he's
with that.
worth it. But
Jordan, ask Jordan what he thinks.
what do you think?
I think you're right there with the talent. I think he is a very talented player. He was on a horrible team, like you said, Kev.
Real bad.
But I just think it's almost like he's like hurting his draft stock like time after time after time, but it's not dropping. Like everyone still has him at number 1. The NFL still has him at number 1, and it's insane. Like he doesn't do the combine stuff. Like all the stuff happened during the year about how he didn't even know if he was going to go to the draft. All this personal stuff happening, and it's if it happened to anyone else, their draft stock would get killed. But with Caleb Williams, his talent, it seems that he'll still get taken number 1. There's really only 2 options. It's either the Bears take him number 1 or the Bears trade their pick. There could be the third option, like you said, Ray, where they take Marvin Harrison at 1. But I do think that they'll probably end up taking Caleb 1. As much as I think that they shouldn't, I think that they still owe Fields a chance. But yeah.
What has Fields gotten to? Like, that's the thing. A boom or a bust, right? Obviously, either one can be a bust. Both of them could be a boom. But if I had to pick one that might be a bigger bust than the other, I'm leaning towards the quarterback. Caleb Williams has a higher ceiling of being a bust versus Marvin Harrison Jr., who is not going to be a bust. There's no chance he's going to be a bust.
It's a
You know
fair
what I'm
point.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, good investment, bad investment. If you want to hit numbers, and what the hell do I know? You know what I mean? I'm a correction officer talking sports. What do I know? Right? Marvin Harrison's legit. We watched him. We watched him play. He's legit. Whoever throws him the ball, he's going to catch it. Caleb Williams has to have the pieces in play for him to make the play. You know what I mean?
He has to have an offensive line, and they did. I mean, he was running for his life all year. I mean, it's tough. I get what you're saying. I agree with the boomer bust, but Justin Fields has had opportunities.
You can miss on one, you can't miss on the other.
You can't miss on the other. But they're gonna, when you look at the talent, it's there. I think a lot of this stuff around the league, from what I've heard, is that it's a lot of like the father. The kid's he's gonna get picked by the Bears, and I don't think that they feel like this is a major distraction. The one thing with the NFL is they find everything out, everything. So if this kid had an issue or he was a problem, I've never heard anything that would lead me to believe he's a problem. The problem with this is that none of us know the mental. Like it's mental in the NFL. How is he going to handle the mental part of it? But in terms of skill, and also a rookie contract is a huge deal. It allows and the Bears have a ton of cap space. It allows them to go out and put the necessary pieces around him and have that 4-year window of a rookie contract to build a roster. And I think they feel like they've seen Justin Fields. They've seen him look great, but he's been inconsistent. He's been inconsistent.
He was
sometimes
hurt. He was
years.
hurt.
That's part of it. You got to play. You got to play.
He was hurt. When he's on the field, there was so much. When Fields was on the field, the Bears were so much better. Like, how are you going to just throw that away? What do you think Caleb Williams is going to do? He's not going to do anything better than Justin Fields is going to do. He's not.
I don't know, but I don't know. I think he's.
Hey, listen, I appreciate the way Kev broke it down, though. That rookie year contract, that makes sense. You know what I mean? I do agree with Notter. Caleb will end up being toxic and hurt a locker room. The only reason why I say I agree with him is because, and I agree, I also agree with Kev. The only reason why I agree with Notter is because of the stuff that he's coming out with. You know what I mean? And sometimes, even though he might have all the talent and he might have some good intentions, the team's perception is everything, and then the chemistry comes in. And if he thinks he's better, he's setting this message out that he thinks he's better than all the rest of the team, then that's going to be a toxic environment.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And we have to see.
I get it, though. You agree with Kev because I'm a Patriots fan and a Red Sox fan. I get it.
No, that's incorrect. You know what I did notice? You said to Kev that 2 years ago you thought he was going to be a Giants fan because he was a supporter for Daniel Jones.
I am not.
He's open-minded, and you're not. That's what's going on here.
What the hell? Are you smoking on that shit?
In fairness, Ray, I got hammered by everyone that year, not just you.
And you deserved it. You absolutely deserved it.
I was right. They made the playoffs.
God. Yeah,
so,
they made the playoffs.
Randy wants to know, the NFL. Randy wants to know, Kev, what quarterback do the Patriots take?
Jaden Daniels.
Kev, Ray, what do you think?
I just want to state this real quick, Ray. I love Jaden Daniels' film. I do. It's not about him being 24 years old. It's not about any of that. His film was very good. His style is a lot like RG3's. Not as much, but he runs a lot. And if he's 180 pounds in the NFL, I don't care how talented he is. He's built frail, and the way that the film shows, and the film doesn't lie, is that his passing, when he's not as successful when he was forced to drop back and pass. If you take his legs away, the legs help him very much. And he took so many big shots. It's like, it's one thing if you can weave in and out and slide. He got hammered in the SEC. And I just worry about that with him. I'm not worried about his talent. I'm worried about that. And in terms of his body and stuff like that. But I love his film. Go ahead.
They got him listed at 6'3", 210. So, I mean, I don't think he's 180. 180 is concerning for sure. Mm-hmm. But obviously, when we get to the league, things happen. And we might have some better strength and conditioning coaches. I don't know how much better. And whatever else they need to, use or utilize to make him put on some weight. So he is a 220 to 200. I don't say 240.
I mean, if he did a cycle, it'd be the best thing for him.
Yeah.
I mean, his
Listen,
talent is ridiculous. His deep throw, and I said this about Stroud last year in terms of him being extremely accurate. This kid can throw a deep ball, and I'm nuts with the film, Ray. Like, he throws his deep ball better deep to the left than he does in the center to right, which is strange. He had great receivers. It's for me, it's not about the talent. It's about, can he make it through a 17 game season? And that's my thinking. And I don't think he's so much more talented than Drake May. I don't think he's more talented than Caleb Williams, but that is the only concern I have for him is, can he make it through the season?
dude, you know what I want? I just want a guy that can get to the line of scrimmage
Mm-hmm.
and pick apart the defense. Make the right read. And you don't have to have the biggest arm. You don't have to have the strongest arm. You don't have to be the most athletic. That's why I said I'll take Jacoby Brissett. Like, not even kidding. Give me Marvin Harrison Jr., throw him out there with Jacoby Brissett, and let Jacoby Brissett throw 7-yard slants, 5-yard out. Like, just make good decisions. I know
Ray, what's going to
Jacoby
happen to Mac Jones?
He's
They're
out.
gonna move him. They're gonna move him.
Gone. No, he's gone. He's gone. He can't read. He can't make a read.
Watch Denver.
He can't even throw the ball, I guess, apparently.
You think Denver will pick him up?
Denver.
I think it's a possibility. They're another team that has no clue what they're going to do.
I'm glad that you brought that up, Kev, because I want to go to Denver.
Sure.
Broncos released Russell Wilson after the league year begins, and they take an NFL record $85 million dead cap. Where do you see Russell Wilson going to?
Dude, I wish I had the answer. I would say it. No.
Where?
I would say they're going to take Drake. They're going to take Drake May. I think Pittsburgh is an interesting spot for him. I'm really interested to see where Fields goes and Cousins, but Pittsburgh could be a place he could probably compete. Maybe Mike Tomlin can get something out of him, but I just think he's done. I really do.
You think he's done?
I really do. I think he's been done.
Okay.
I think he's done.
This is how awful the NFL is, honestly. This is how bad the NFL sucks sometimes.
Okay.
Because you're talking about some quarterbacks that we're going to pass on for a college kid. No. College kids don't come to the NFL and take over. None of them do. None of them. What?
But how much are the college kids? How much are the college kids compared to those quarterbacks that you're talking about?
Yeah, but why did Russell Wilson break down? This is just exactly what I said about Jaden Daniels, his size. He just took too many hits. It's just the way it is. I don't agree totally with what Ray said. I think that there are quarterbacks that have come in and they've been home runs. Stroud was a home run. You got guys like Allen that like develop and they've got good players around him, and you're in a good situation. He had Daboll as his coordinator, things of that nature. It's just such a risk, but they do it because they scout the hell out of these kids. They feel like they fit their scheme, their culture, etc. And the rookie contract is such a big deal. Like, if you hit on one of these quarterbacks and you need a quarterback, and it's why we've seen teams draft a quarterback and then get the first pick in the draft and draft a quarterback again, because when you get that guy, it's huge with the rules in the NFL.
If
yeah,
a lot of ifs, man. There's no ifs with some of the guys that are already established in the league, especially for the Bears. Like, honestly, Justin Fields is a young, talented player, and he's had how many different coordinators? And you're gonna try to save the franchise by getting rid of the guy that's starting to get used. You finally got him a weapon in DJ Moore. Then you're gonna be like, nah, we're gonna try Caleb Williams. You're crazy. You're crazy. Get Marvin Harrison Jr. and line him up on the opposite side of DJ Moore with Cole Kmet, and you have those backs, Roschon Johnson. Like, the Bears the Bears could be a good team. They really could.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, though, Ray.
Justin Fields, a believer. I'm a
Ray,
believer.
let me ask you this. Do you think that relationship between the Bears and Fields, do you think that relationship is damaged? And the question that I'm bringing up is because all the messages that they've been sending the media, social
Yeah.
media, all these things, is like career is like in jeopardy. Like he doesn't know whether he belongs or not.
You know what? But you know what, Smitty? How do you know when you belong? How do you know when you belong?
When a team wants you.
When they don't pick Caleb Williams #1 and they get Marvin Harrison Jr., there ain't no damage anywhere. I'm gonna say thank you. Now I know that you want me. That's all I need. So you have all this hype that's being built by the media saying Caleb Williams this and Justin Fields here and this over here and whatever. But on
So
draft
you're saying that relationship could be mended. Is that
Yeah,
what you're saying?
6 years, 280 million will mend it.
2 seconds, as soon as they say
Okay.
Marvin Harrison Jr., guess what I'm doing? I'm putting the Bears back on my social media account, and I'm gonna heart all their posts, and I'm gonna say MHJ, let's go.
You know what else
I
helps,
see
Ray?
what you're saying.
6 years and 280 plus million.
Yeah, well,
And
hey,
that's what, that's what it's so interesting. I have my opinion. I think the reason they're going to take Caleb Williams is because he's just that kind of a dog. He's just a stud. And you guys could be right about all this other stuff. He could be a head case. That's why they do the combine. That's why they get to know these people. That's what this is what they do. I think they feel like and by the way, to your point, Ray, everybody in that locker room loves Justin Fields.
how can you?
They love him. So, but that's why this was the Caleb Williams draft from the start. Even in the summer, everybody was talking about who's going to pick Caleb 1, who's going to pick Caleb 1. It's just, on film, I see an elite stud that can be a franchise changing quarterback. Justin Fields has been there when he played really well towards the stretch, the end of the year, but he's just
Jordan, let us know what your take is, Jordan.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't really know. I said, I believe in Justin Fields. Like I was gonna get into this and we Ray kind of like touched on it, but like when he's healthy and he's got a receiver, like when he's got receivers, he really does damage. You saw him and DJ Moore this year. If you add a second guy, who was his wide receiver 2 was like Darnell Mooney this year. Darnell Mooney is like a nobody now. And
he was the one, right? He was the one. So going into this year, people like, oh, Darnell Mooney. Yeah, DJ Moore comes to town. Guess what? Darnell Mooney is
move aside.
Darnell Mooney should never be a 1 on anyone's team. I'm taking a Pee-wee player over Darnell Mooney.
Or a 2. He's a 3.
He shouldn't be on a roster.
No, he should be on a roster, but he's not a 1. He's not a 1.
Go to the UFL.
Hey, if you know what the Rock is cooking, can you smell it?
It's very interesting, though, isn't it? Though, Jordan, with the Bears, like it's
yeah. I think it's a rare situation. I feel like obviously there's always quarterback controversy with guys not performing how you want, and then there's this big prospect that comes into play. And you get a high draft pick, and you're like, what should we do here? But with like what I said earlier about Caleb Williams and his personal issues with whether or not Fields is given trust with the Bears organization, it's crazy. It's too much, honestly.
Well, they've got to make a decision. The Bears have never really had a franchise quarterback. And again, these guys these guys know these players a lot better than we do. I think it's interesting, the question below about the Steelers. If I was the Steelers, that's who I would trade for. Like I would trade for Justin Fields. I think with Mike Tomlin, the way that offense is and his skill set, I think that would be a match made in heaven. I really do.
I like it. New scenery. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it, Kev.
They got weapons too.
They do.
I like it.
Just
they do.
Kenny Pickett stinks. Pickens, whatever his name is.
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett. The wide receiver's Pickens. My bad.
Yes, Mahomes stays with the Chiefs.
He's going nowhere. Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
I agree.
Nowhere, no how. Nowhere, no how.
Tampa Bay signed Mike Evans to a 2-year, $52 million ahead of free agency. You guys like that?
Yeah.
that was huge for them. I really hope they re-sign Baker because as obviously their record wasn't where they needed to be, but like they could be pretty lethal with Baker.
Do
Another
they
thing
draft a
in
quarterback? Okay.
Go ahead. You got a
No.
thought. What's wrong with it?
probably I don't know.
Alright.
It would have to depend on what they do with Baker. I think
I agree.
yeah, I think if they sign Baker, I don't see a point. But
It's safe to say Baker's probably a priority for Tampa Bay right now.
I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah.
And then you
So-
build around
so-
him.
Yeah.
Do you guys foresee them drafting a quarterback? And who's their backup quarterback right now if Baker goes down?
Kyle
Trask.
Trask.
Oh yeah, from Florida.
Florida.
Is he any good?
Yeah, he was
No.
good at Florida.
He
He had some good years.
He got a good gun, but just like
He didn't have it, but that Florida team wasn't the greatest Florida team ever assembled. Like he was still,
nah.
he had a
No.
pretty decent year.
Yeah, he had
Who's-
a good year.
That's a good question right there, Randy.
Do we know what pick Tampa Bay has?
Ooh, Kev.
I should know this.
Kev, while you're looking that up, I'm going to respond to Randy. And the quarterback for the Raiders is Aiden O'Connell. The Raiders would be completely insane. That kid was a rookie last year, stepped in for Jimmy G, and had a phenomenal year. He had a great year. First year. Let's go. Don't you change a thing in Las Vegas, man. Don't be like the rest of these people that, trying to go for the sexier name. You know what I mean? No, don't do it.
I just want to chip in real quick and point out that my Miami Heat are only up 1 point on the Pistons in start of the second half.
Ooh, let's go. Detroit, what? Let's go, baby.
That's ridiculous. Jimmy Butler's taking 3 shots. I don't know why.
Well,
no,
he's probably just chilling.
not Jimmy Buckets.
He's probably involved. Raiders should get Russell Wilson. Bro, you better lay off that pipe.
Let's go. The Raiders
26.
get Russell Wilson.
They got 26.
Yeah.
Well, they made the playoffs. And they made and they
I,
won it.
I don't even know what quarterback would be available there. I think what's Chris Godwin's situation? He's on the team next year, right? Or is he also
Could be.
a free agent?
I don't
I'm
think
pretty
he's
sure-
up for
pretty
a
sure-
free agent.
Godwin's name's not popping up as an attractive free agent. I know that much. So I'm assuming
No.
he's still under contract.
Right.
Okay, I was gonna
So-
say because I think that like we said this too. The wide receiver draft board this year is so stacked. Like
Yeah.
in the first round, you literally can't miss. Like obviously there are guys that are
Well, I
better
mean, you
than
can.
others, but
You can.
No, what
I-
he's right though. There's the depth part of the talent in this draft. Like this is where I have Mitchell mocked. Ray, you mentioned Mitchell when we were talking about Worthy. I
Adonai Mitchell, yes.
have him mocked to Tampa Bay.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Kev, it's time. We're getting there. Mock draft is coming. Another mock draft, Kev. Put it together so we can put it out there, and then we can talk about it. Maybe we get a little bit more in depth because I feel like now, before I believe you had 3 quarterbacks
Mhm.
projected in the first round. Smitty, we're not going to be done in an hour either. Not by the way this is going. But, with that being said, Kev, there could be 5 quarterbacks going in the first round now. And I don't think that's crazy to say because now Michael Penix Jr. stock is starting to
Helps with him too, but
but it's soaring up there.
So
and
accurate.
hey, we already know what the deal is with quarterbacks. We got people ready to kick Justin Fields to the curb to pick a guy who's played for the USC Trojans for 2 years and a year for the, Boomer Sooner. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, but that kid stepped in at Oklahoma that year and was an animal. He's just so, again, everybody says about personal issues. His dad's a pain in the ass. I don't, besides crying after a loss and then tweeting somebody previously, kind of making fun of him crying, there's really not that many bad things that you can think of with this kid. But you're right. 5 quarterbacks could go, and it could be more, Ray. It takes one team to fall in love with one of these guys.
Yeah.
One. That's all it takes. I have McCarthy going in the first round, Penix, and we know the other three.
McCarthy looked awful, by the way.
McCarthy was
He looked so bad.
that was crazy.
You can't miss a wide open receiver on a 10, 15 yard out. I'm sorry. Come on.
Yeah.
Dude, come
yeah.
on. Come on. No pressure. Come on.
Yeah.
Christ, Johnny Manziel did the his pro day in pads. And he looked
Johnny
unbelievable. This guy's got no pads on, can't even complete a pass. Hey, he's good at handing the ball off, though.
Johnny Manziel.
Yo,
Wow.
dude. Hey, by the way, Johnny Manziel, much respect to him. I'm gonna throw out there. Give Reggie Bush's Heisman Trophy back. Because if not, Johnny Manziel wants nothing to do with it. He's not going to be in the Capital One commercials, and he's not going to show up to New York for the Heisman Trophy presentation.
And shout out to Manziel, by the way. I'm just, when you look at somebody that's gone through what he's gone through, and that interview with Shannon Sharp was awesome. When you look at what he's gone through, where he is now, like guys like him and Ryan Leaf, these guys just were in such bad spots, and they were able to pick themselves up and get out of it. And it seems like for Johnny, he's at least got his life together. So good for him. But
all right. Okay, let's talk about somebody who used to be an NFL wide receiver, played for the JETS, Braylon Edwards. He rescued an 80-year-old man who was being assaulted inside a Michigan YMCA locker room this past Friday.
that's crazy. I didn't hear about that. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a hero right there, man. He stepped in.
Michigan
and
alum.
he saved that 80-year-old man from getting his butt whooped.
What do you think the 80-year-old man did for that butt whooping?
God, I don't even want to
He
know.
must have said something slick. I don't know.
You think he got the slick tongue at 80? Damn. No, you
He's
never know.
80-year-old.
Listen, man, kids these days are the most disrespectful they've ever been.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Do we know what the age was on the guy that was trying to get
Not
him?
you, Sophia. He's not talking.
He
about
was
you.
he was definitely much younger.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got one of those in my house.
dude.
I know. It's all love.
Yeah.
It's all love. They'll figure it out at some point.
Where does JJ McCarthy go? Denver.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Hey.
Denver.
9 o'clock. Was that the 9 o'clock? Was that the 9 o'clock alarm that we
9
missed?
o'clock warning, baby.
Oh shit, it is too. Listen, we didn't even touch baseball yet. I think we pretty much wrapped everything up in football. Did we not, Smitty? Did we miss anything? Because
I
if we
believe
did,
so,
let's get it.
unless Kev or Jordan have something else.
Jordan, you good, man? Speak your mind, bro.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Listen,
I do think I did want to touch up on this. I think in the case of JJ McCarthy, I still see him going to a team like Seattle.
Oh, okay.
I saw him before, but after who has the higher pick between Denver and Seattle? I think
Denver
like whoever
sooner.
Say
Yeah.
Denver, right?
whoever
Because
has
of
the
their record?
higher pick, I think would take Penix.
The higher? Oh yeah,
Like,
no.
Yeah.
Oh, Denver. Yeah, Denver's picking before Seattle.
Yes. So
Mhm.
I would think Penix
Lower
to
pick, yeah.
Penix to Denver and
Or higher. I guess it depends on how you want to look at it, right? That can get all fucked up.
Watch Minnesota too, Jordan, at 11.
yeah, I was talking about that. I don't know why they wouldn't keep Joshua Dobbs though. Like he's a good quarterback. I like him. I don't know why Ray
Is he?
Mac Jones is your quarterback right now. I don't even know why you're talking.
Hey,
I don't even know why you're talking about quarterbacks.
open.
Let's go, Jordan. Okay, get it in.
Why are you even
Listen
talking
to
about
this
quarterbacks?
kid.
Come on. You got Mac diabetic.
Get it in,
attack as your
Jordan.
Quarterback. Come on. What are we doing?
We're giving this kid
Let's
confidence.
go.
He
What
goes
are we
right
doing?
at
You
Ray
got. You
Bowman.
need to tear. You need to tear that poster down behind you as well.
I'm-
I
hey.
can't stand looking at that.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna bring it up closer for you.
No, because you brought this on yourself. You brought this on yourself with your little stank face when I'm talking, and I don't
Josh
appreciate
Dobbs?
it.
Josh Dobbs. I ain't getting high on
Dobbs
Josh
is him.
Dobbs. Josh,
Dobbs is
how many
him.
years has Josh Dobbs having in the league? 5?
He's young.
5 years?
Yeah, like 5.
Mac Jones has what?
Will you stop?
30
Couple,
Big
right?
Macs in his belly right now. Like, I don't know what you want to.
He got a couple years, right? He got a couple years less than Dobbs. He's got a couple different coordinators than Dobbs, right?
I
Listen,
know
you
for a
have-
fact
I
we're not
will
trying to say Mac
always
Jones is
support-
better than Josh Dobbs right now.
You're gonna take a quarterback at
I'm
3,
not
so
so
that
sure
settles
about
this.
They probably will.
I am
and
not
I
sure
wouldn't
that
blame
one's better than the other. I'm not sure about that.
them.
I'm not
But
sure
the
about
fact that the fact that we're comparing Mac Jones, saying that he's better than a quarterback, is
that. They both
ridiculous.
stink. It means they both stink. That's
No,
what it means.
Josh
They both
Dobbs does not stink, bro.
Keep
But
it moving.
you do
it
you.
moving.
You do you.
Mac Jones
Whatever-
didn't have
Ray.
Justin Jefferson.
Whatever
Ray.
Are
Are
you
floats your boat.
serious right now? The weapons that
Whatever-
Minnesota had, you're
whatever
comparing.
floats
I
your
love
boat.
that.
I'm sorry, I
love
do
got
have to
benched.
sort this out, Ray.
This is
Dobbs
not.
got benched.
I know. That's why
I
it's
have
funny.
to point
Joshua
this out,
Dobbs
Ray.
went to
Justin
Minnesota,
Jefferson,
and a day
JJ
later, they had a game, and he had a 23-point comeback
Yeah.
after their rookie quarterback went down.
It was
I've
probably
never
Ray.
seen Mac Jones
Panthers.
lead a comeback. Whenever I see
Ray.
Mac Jones in a comeback situation, the ball gets picked off. So
Listen.
I'm gonna
Ray,
end it
two
there.
things.
Yes.
Two
yes.
things, Ray.
I have no problem admitting
Jordan-
when I'm wrong, by the way. But Josh
Jordan
Dobbs
said,
is not the
fix your
answer.
face. Jordan
gonna
said, fix your face.
Keep it a buck.
Get that stank face off of you,
Yeah.
right?
Send it.
And I
My
don't know.
wife loves- my
Jordan's
wife
like
loves my
Jordan's the
face.
man right now, man.
He ain't no. Well, he's talking.
He's
talking.
talking.
I respect it. I ain't mad. But
It's
I'm not
been
gonna
a minute. I got
Josh
all that
Dobbs.
energy saved up.
Yeah. Well, you took a week off.
I take no weeks off,
You took a week
no
off.
days off.
You took a week off. Josh Dobbs is not him. Hey, I haven't got the X Factor saying that shit. Yeah. See, come on now.
I love Jordan.
I don't mind it, but I'm not.
I'm not saying Josh Dobbs is him. I'm just saying that he's not a bad quarterback.
He's not.
Listen, I'm not a Mac
Go
Jones
back.
guy,
Go
but
back.
put Mac Jones with those weapons over there in Minnesota. I think he looks a lot better. That's all.
Yeah.
I think anyone with those weapons would look a lot better, though.
Well, thank you. You proved my point. Thank you. Thank you, Jordan.
No, not in the terms of.
No,
Josh
you're good,
Dobbs.
bro. You said enough. You say no more.
All
Right,
right,
Smitty?
bro.
Say no
All right.
more.
How many wins did you guys have this year?
Doesn't matter.
Just a quick question.
Talking about the Patriots. Now you're deflecting. We don't
Mhm,
deflect here. We're on the hook. Let's go.
You're not safe in anything but basketball.
Basketball. What you mean? I'm safe everywhere I go.
Is Russ writing this stuff down for him? Because this is amazing.
Dude, he's getting text right now. Russ is like, hey,
This is ridiculous. No, I have the Heat game on my phone
hey,
right now.
make
Because
sure-
the fact that it's
make sure you tell him that
a
Brady's
single-digit game
nothing.
with the Pistons right
Brady's nothing without Belichick. Make sure you
that's what it is.
get him
That's
with
what it
the
is.
Dang.
now.
Okay,
No, my
awesome.
my fire is lit up right now because these Pistons are in this game with the Heat right now, and it shouldn't happen. That should never happen.
You should pick a better team.
I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear anything.
Pick a
So
better team.
listen, so
You
we
got the right
touched,
name,
we
wrong
touched
team.
on
Right name, wrong team.
we touched on
Bro, a Heat
NCAA
player.
women. We touched on NFL. I think the NFL, we're gonna keep it moving to MLB.
My man, Jordan.
Kev, Mike, thank you for the input that you give us, man. That's a lot of information right there. And I'm
Appreciate
sure
you
you'll
guys.
keep us posted with the combine and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Let's take it to the MLB. And I got a question for Jordan. Jordan, you're a Yankee fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gleyber Torres, once
Yeah.
a top 5 prospect, right? He was once a top 5 prospect for the Yanks. Has he been a disappointment overall? And if so, do the Yanks let him walk, or do they sign him if he has a good year this year?
I wouldn't say he's been a disappointment. And I know that a lot of Yankees fans will say that they think that he should have been better. I think on the offensive side, he's where he needs to be. Last year, he was like a 270 hitter. He had like 28 homers or something like that. Like, he's a great hitter. But what I don't like about him is how lazy he is. His defense is lazy. When he was at shortstop with the Yankees that one year, he led the MLB in errors. He just seems to he makes the difficult plays even more difficult because he doesn't want to hustle. You see him on the base paths, he doesn't hustle. So I don't think he's been a disappointment, and I would like to keep him, but yeah, I think he has room for improvement. He could be a lot better as an overall player.
Now, do you think the Yankees keep him, or because now they have Juan Soto to think of too?
Yeah.
Do they keep Torres or they look for prospects? The Yankees have a lot of prospects.
I think at the end of this year, your first priority in the offseason has to be Soto. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You need to get Soto back on your team. If Glaber asks for too much, like way too much, obviously the Yankees don't seem to care about how much they pay their players, but you have guys in on your roster that could potentially take that second base spot. Oswald Peraza, he's big prospect and he's good. He's a great defensive player. He plays all around the infield, and I like him this year. I think he should be on the opening day roster. You also have Oswaldo Cabrera, who's an even bigger utility player, and he's got more experience in the MLB. So I think we have backup pieces in case Glaber doesn't work out, and obviously you can always make a trade if you need to. But I think the first priority has to be Soto.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Good player.
Kev, what do you think?
Good player. Torres, not superstar, but a really good player. And Soto's the priority. So I don't think they'll move Glaber during the season. I think they're going to go all in. Obviously not all in to the point where they're going to pay ridiculous money for a pitcher like Snell, but I think that they might make a move for a pitcher at some point towards the deadline. But I think they're going to ride it out, and I think they're going to try to bring Soto back. And if that means Torres walks, then it means Torres walks.
I'm going to.
You got any say on that?
Yeah, no, I disagree. I disagree with you guys because all that you guys have done is spend money on pitchers. I mean, on batters, and all you've done is not won anything. So go ahead and spend all your money on Juan Soto just because it's like the sexy. Oh, hey, we got another big home run hitter, but guess what we're gonna do? Nothing. We're gonna do absolutely nothing again. Because that's what you guys do. You guys spend everything and you come up short because you know what the fuck you're doing.
Jordan, you see what you did? You got them all upset.
Hold on.
I'm right. Here's the problem. I'm right. You need pitching. You need pitching like we need pitching. So why would you not bring up somebody like Jason Dominguez who can play in the outfield, let Juan Soto go walk and ask for his $500,000 because that's what he's going to get.
Mm-hmm.
Half a billion. Let him go. Goodbye.
Do you miss this guy already?
Who is that?
Ray?
Can't see because you
have
an iPhone. You have an iPhone from 1999. Okay, you got
Lucas Giolito. Do you miss him already?
Don't care
with his UCL. You should. He's one of your 2 signings this year.
Yeah, he's got a 4.5 ERA. I don't care.
He also has a torn UCL, so congrats.
Goodbye.
All right, Smitty, can I just settle this? The Yankees.
I already settled it, Cap.
They need another pitcher. Okay, we all know that.
Yeah.
They did spend money on Rodon, and last year was a disaster. So they do, and they spent on Cole. So I disagree with that. The Yankees needed left-handed bats. They got Verdugo. They got Soto. If you look at the numbers last year, I think that those 2 significantly make the lineup better. Left-handed hitters, very important. We know they need another pitcher. I think they're going all in, and we'll see what happens. I mean, Yankee fans can't complain about anything right now. They've really gone out of their way to try to put the best team in place this year. And, I mean, we could talk about next year when it hits. We got Soto this year. I do think he's the priority between, bringing back Gleyber Torres or trying to bring back Soto. I don't even think it's close. But I do think the Yankees need another pitcher. Doesn't need to be an ace, but I think they do need a solid 3 to make me feel comfortable going into the postseason when pitching is better, hitting comes back to life, timely hits
I
matter,
agree.
and pitching
I agree.
wins championships.
I agree. Right now, the Yankees have a lot of question marks as far as the starting rotation is
Right.
concerned. You got Cortez, you got
Can I ask-
Schmidt.
I got a question. Next year, Cole's a free agent, right? Is
He
that
can
correct?
opt out. He can opt out.
Okay, so if you're going to spend money anywhere, Soto or Cole, right? Who do you go with? You go with Cole, no brainer. But
Okay.
Corbin Burns also is another free agent next year,
He can opt out.
Yep.
right? So do you go Juan Soto or do you go Corbin Burns?
Well, it depends how
You're
Juan
not gonna win
Soto performs at Yankee
Soto-
Stadium.
Soto is not going to win your World Series, though. Corbin Burns and Garrett Cole.
He
is
already
gonna
has
win the
won a World Series.
Huh?
Yeah.
He already has won a World Series.
Okay.
And he
all right.
was huge in that postseason.
Okay. And who
Learn
was
the
on the mound?
facts.
Who was
Learn
on the mound?
facts.
Who was on the mound? Who was on the mound?
Strasburg was
Strasburg.
Strasburg
Who's on the
was
mound?
awesome. No, he's
Who was
yeah.
on the mound? Yeah, learn the facts. Learn the facts.
And
The number
Scherzer,
three
right?
batter,
Back-
Scherzer is also a free agent next year.
No,
So
no,
if-
I'm saying back on that team. It
Scherzer.
was Scherzer.
Which Scherzer is
and
a free agent
Strasburg.
next year
Oh,
too. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Scherzer. Yes. But like,
Yeah.
there's
all
some,
right. So
there are some pitchers available if you're, you know,
Yes.
because we're looking at next year. Max Fried, he's another guy for 2025. There's a
yes.
couple, like there's like 3 pitchers out there that I would rather invest my time in, other than having Juan Soto.
While
just
you're on that subject,
Ridiculous.
if I may, Ray, pitchers. We talked about the Yankees. Let's shift it to the Red Sox. I want to welcome another one to the show, aka Bobby down in Florida. Thanks for
What's up,
joining us, Bobby.
Keep
Um,
harassing
he-
Smitty too. I love it.
He's a fellow Red Sox fan.
Yes, he is.
How do you feel about, I believe, your ace going down with a UCL injury, possibly done for the year?
Who's it?
Ray, that question is for you.
Oh wait, that's not our ace. We don't have
Who's
our
your
ace.
ace?
We don't
Chad,
have an ace.
what's your
Jay.
ace?
Even with Lucas Giolito, he's not our ace. Nobody with a 4 ERA is an ace. Nobody with that
Womp
ERA
womp.
is an ace.
Womp womp.
Bro, I can do it better than you. Remember that. I have full control over here. You know what I'm
Womp
saying?
womp.
There you go. But to be honest, though, like
I just want to point out that you just hit a womp womp to your own team.
why wouldn't I? I'm a realist. Obviously, I know what we have.
You're saying Mac Jones is better.
Well, you
quarterback
just
than
changed up,
someone.
bro. You are reaching. You're going back to 2023. We're in 24 now.
Yeah. All right.
Eventually we get over what we say, and I got over Mac Jones. I have moved on. But we're talking about the Red Sox now. And yes, it is a womp womp. I will say this much. If we can take some of our younger pitchers that we have right now that have been pitching in spring training, and they can only go like 2 or 3 innings at a time, and we can stretch out 9 innings between 3 or 4 different pitchers, we're going to be a hell of a ball club. But I cannot say that I'm going to sit here and I'm going to have faith in Cutter Crawford or any of these other guys to pitch a solid 6 innings without giving up a minimum of 4 runs. It's
Well,
not
I mean, you have Bello. Bello's a pretty good pitcher. I like Bello.
Brian Bello is going to give you maybe 1 or 2 great outings. He's going to suck for 3 or 4, and then he's going to be good again. He is the most consistently inconsistent pitcher last year, right? We ride the wave. I can only hope that, 2 years ago, his ERA was like, high 4s. Last year, I believe he dropped it down to low 4s. If he can get down to like mid 3s this year, all right, now we know who our ace is. He's our ace. He's our future. He's our guy that we're going to invest in. But, say Lucas Giolito was our ace. He wasn't our ace. The guy's he's not an ace. He's not an ace. I mean, if Jordan Montgomery came over, he would be our ace with a career 3.5, 3.6 ERA. Yeah, he'd be our ace, no problem.
Right.
It's not hard to be an ace on the Red Sox. It's not hard. You want to bet? Okay. Got to say goodnight to my guy. Got to say goodnight to my guy. But you know what I'm saying, though? I don't think that I'm saying anything crazy.
And
No,
right, the
you're not
Red
saying
Sox are in a different position. Like we're talking about the Yankees. It's fun to go Red Sox, Yankees, but the Yanks are in a win now position. The Red Sox are not there yet.
No, listen, 2 years. We're
Yeah.
2 years away.
2 years away.
Yeah, we have some prospects that are going to come up in the next 2 years. We'll be okay.
Okay.
We
2
do.
years away. All right.
We do.
Okay. I like that.
However, if we were to sign, 2 pitchers, we're
Oh,
not 2 years away.
God.
You know what I mean? We got some guys. We got some guys in the farm. We can bring them up. You got the farm going, and you're paying for everybody else. This guy's hot. This guy's high on Juan Soto next year over pitchers. It's mind blowing.
Soto, baby. Let's see what he does.
There has
Let's see
never
what he
been
does.
there's
He's
never
going to
been
be great. He's
there's
going to be
never been-
great.
there's never been a team in Major League Baseball that their offense won a World Series. That I can
No,
remember.
but you can't
Never happened.
make this move and then lose him. Like the Yankee fans, you can't lose them.
Dude.
They got to keep.
This year. You win this year, and then you sign some pitchers next year, and you just kind of like ride the wave, man. Run a couple.
But it's not a dumb comment though on your part. Pitching wins.
Always.
It
100%
does.
of the
So
time.
I get it.
All
That's all I
right.
want. That's all I want in Beantown, baby. Give me some pitchers. We're a problem. How many runs did we score
Hopefully you'll
last
get him
year?
in 2 years.
How many runs did we score last year? Seriously. We outscored you guys, and you guys, your lineup was way sexier than ours was. Way sexier.
It's
But we still
sexier
scored-
this year.
But we still scored more runs.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
your
it's
lineup is sick this year.
It's sexy this
Oh,
year,
it's
and
sick.
and
It was
having that
sexy last year
balance of
too.
lefty righty.
Didn't work last year for you guys.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
have
hey,
to stay healthy. They have to stay healthy.
I'm sure I could go back and dig up some clips from last year on how Yankees this and Yankees that. And what was it? It was another failure. At the end of the day, it was still another failure.
I don't know that any Yankee fan with a brain thought that they were a favorite to win the World Series last year, though.
Oh, my
I
God. I think that is so come on, Cav. You
No,
cannot
but I
say
don't think I'm just talking
No.
about me, Schmitty, Nodder. Like, I don't think any of us were like, "Oh, the Yankee." I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, you didn't
this
think you had a chance last year? Okay, let me ask you this.
No,
Do you
I
have a
think
chance
we had
this
a
year?
chance.
Do you have a
but I
chance
don't
this year? So
think
I
they
can.
were-
I'm going to archive this. I'm archiving. Do you have a chance this year?
This year, yes.
But not last year.
Not. I thought they had a chance last year. I think they have a better chance this year.
Okay, so all right, so you did say that you had a chance last year. Okay,
More confident, yeah, but not like a favorite. Like we were going in and I'm like,
whoa,
they're going to win the division. It's not even close. I just don't remember.
the Yankees weren't the
No.
favorite to win the division last year.
I didn't really think they
What?
were.
What?
I didn't
Oh,
think
You
Baltimore
got
would.
Carlos
At the
Rodon
beginning-
last year. You
Wait,
got
wait,
Carlos
at the
Rodon
beginning-
last year. Frankie
Ray,
Montas.
At the beginning, they were.
Exactly.
However,
Exactly.
when the injuries started occurring,
For the
and
rotation.
Rodon
Shit
and
happens.
Judge, you know what I
Understood.
mean?
But hey, who said Judge was going to get hurt last year?
Well, that's not. I mean,
Well, you
that's
say
not-
that every year.
Yeah,
You
and
say that
most-
every year. You want to know why? Because you're a hater.
You're right.
You're a hater.
You're fucking right.
That's
I am.
why.
And I'm not going to change that stance, but I
That's
was
okay.
also
That's
right.
what I
at the
love
same
you.
time.
That's
dude
why I love
juiced
you, because
up.
you're straight
What
up.
MVP following year got paid because listen, and I think it's fair. I think this is a very fair point to say. When you are on a contract year, what happens? What happens on a contract year?
They
They
all
ball
play
out.
better.
They all ball out. It's the same in football, baseball, basketball. It doesn't matter. Maybe not as much
Well-
in basketball, but I don't pay attention as close. But in
Right.
football and baseball, they always go crazy in their
They
contract. year.
do. They
And
do.
this-
All of
Judge
them.
won an MVP in it, and then he got paid, and then he got hurt. Just like
Well, we'll
all
see how
knew.
he does this year. We'll see how
And
he
here-
does this year.
And Schmitty, here's the thing: they
He's
have depth now.
protected, and he's protected. Protected.
But when
You
Stanton
might
goes-
have him in your fantasy baseball team, right? You might have him in your fantasy baseball team.
To be honest with you, I'm gonna push.
You
so
might have a
hard.
lot of Yankees in your
I'm
baseball
going-
team.
Dude, I'm gonna go for all of them, and you know what's gonna happen when I do that?
I know.
Mush fucking city. I'm
Oh,
gonna mush.
no. Come on, man. Come on.
All
right,
you know
listen.
what? It's worth
Let's
the
get you happy again, man. Let's
Right,
get you
good
happy.
investment.
We got it.
good
Jordan,
investment.
Jordan got you mad. Jordan
You know-
got you mad in this show. Jordan, you got it.
Oh my
Ready?
All right,
goodness.
listen. So
I'm mad.
Um,
I'm mad. Jordan, he don't even have nothing to say because he already knows what the deal is. He knows I'm right.
Because the Pistons are
Yep.
still in this game.
See, he's talking about
This game's
basketball.
not over yet.
He's so far wrapped up in a
No.
basketball game. He don't even know what day it is.
I'm listening to you guys. I'm hearing a bunch of yap from Ray, but
I felt the same way, Jordan. When the Knicks were playing the Pistons, I
This is
didn't want them to
ridiculous.
lose against the Pistons.
Hey, good save, Smitty. Good save. Thank you.
Listen,
Good save.
San Francisco Giants signed Matt Chapman. It seems like lately there's a lot of opt-outs going on. You know what I mean? Is that the hot thing now in baseball? You know, where you sign with a team and there's like the opt-outs, there's contract language where you can opt out after 2 years, after a year. Is that the new thing that's coming on? What do you guys think on that?
Smart. As long as you produce. You don't cut yourself short, honestly. And I feel like a lot of players might have felt like they have cut themselves short. But at the same time, it's also a risk because if you don't produce, you kind of screw yourself. So
Chapman took a lot less money too. The Scott Boras stuff is crazy.
don't be greedy, dude. That's the thing. Boris is a greedy prick.
Yeah, but he's usually been greedy and gotten guys paid.
Yeah,
Like
He's a
Chapman,
businessman.
Chapman took like 50
respect
million less than what he was offered originally. Like he wanted 150, they offered him 100, he took 50. I don't know. Scott Boras, man, I think it has to do with the league trying not to, trying to bring the salaries down a little bit. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, Boras used to get these guys paid. He took a lot less money. I know he's $50 million, but he could have had $100 million and that wasn't good enough. But then you advise him to sign for 50. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's
X Factor, I do have a question for you. You're a Toronto Blue Jays fan. Where do you see your team ending up this year?
fourth in the division.
And while you answer that question, Jordan, the prospects, standout prospects that you've seen so far for the teams. Can you think of
Spencer
any
Jones.
prospects?
Spencer Jones.
Spencer Jones.
He's been killing it. He's like 7
just
for
got sent down today.
he's like 7 for 15. Yeah, I did see
He's
that.
not even going to play in the majors this year, so he's irrelevant. He ain't going to play.
I know, unless there's an injury.
Yeah, but he's a prospect, right? Take it easy.
But did you say rookie? Did you say rookie of the year or no?
No.
You didn't say
No, I
that?
didn't, Ray.
Yeah, Jordan got me pissed off, so I'm bringing
so,
that.
now, so we're lying on our own podcast now. You said you weren't mad about 2 minutes ago.
I don't remember that. I don't recall.
My goodness, what are we doing?
Listen, man, you came on here, bro. You came on here. You brought the heat. I'm just
Listen, bro, this
I'm
kid
putting out
is going to
your
be such a better debater, learning to debate with Ray. Wait till he meets Brian. This kid's going to go into school and kids are going to be like,
round and
good.
round.
So
It's a carnival.
Yeah.
X Factor saying he's got his Toronto Blue Jays winning
Wow.
the World Series over the Padres.
Yeah, he's definitely hitting the pipe. That's cool. I respect it.
I do too.
I
my
respect it.
God.
I don't
What are you
think
gonna do?
I don't think the Blue Jays got the rotation to win anything, but
Yeah.
they got Gosman, right? Kevin Gosman. Is he their ace this year?
They have guys. It's just like
They
all
do.
fell
They're
off.
just inconsistent. Their bullpen is kind of shaky.
Manoah,
Last year,
Manoah fell off an absolute cliff.
yeah,
Like one of the biggest cliffs like of all
He lo-
time.
But he lost all that weight this year.
he did.
He lost
but
all
he
that
got
weight.
rocked.
He
He
lost all
got
that.
rocked.
You
They
think he was?
also
you think he was getting
have
the ball too?
they have Jose Barrios too. Jose Barrios is always
Yes.
solid.
Yup.
When he was with the
Bassett.
Twins, he was dirty.
Yep. They got
Solid
Bassett.
pitcher.
They have
they're
good
both-
pieces. It's just they got to put them all
Last year,
together.
it was their bats that failed them. So
But like their offense is good. Bo Bichette, got-
I don't know about.
Still got
I don't know if I
Gurriel.
throw Bo Bichette out there.
he's a good player.
He's
He's a great
good.
bat.
yeah,
Was
he's
he?
good.
Was he like a
You
230,
got Vladdy,
230 average? Good
Vladdy,
player.
Springer.
Kirk.
Come on, man. 230.
Losing Matt Chapman might be a little bit of an issue for them, but I have
They got
them probably
IKF.
sitting-
Don't forget about
sitting third or
IKF.
fourth.
IKF.
I miss bro. I miss IKF.
I don't.
Hey, let's throw some good names
Why?
out there. Justin Turner, George Springer. They got that kid from Arizona, the catcher that hits home runs. Actually, he's catcher and outfielder. Varsho,
Varsho.
Dalton
Yep.
Varsho.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
good pickup for them.
All right, Bo Bichette's more like a 290 guy.
Yeah, no, he's a good hitter. He's a good hitter.
He can
Yeah.
play.
Fielding,
You know, honestly, you know how I was confusing him with was the other big leaguers kid there, Kavan Biggio.
Biggio.
That dude,
Oh,
that
yeah.
dude, he had a
I
lot
think
of
he's also in the Blue Jays too.
No,
He
no,
is.
he is. That's why I got confused. My mistake. Yeah, Kavan Biggio, he's not very good.
So you got some old timers starting off on IL list pitchers: Clayton Kershaw, Verlander, Sonny Gray could miss opening day
Verlander.
start.
Verlander, that's kind of. I mean, the guy's about 75,
Yeah, they're old.
but yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not sure about Toronto. I think they could be flirting with Boston, to be completely honest, and I'm not just saying that as a Red Sox fan. I think it's going to be
for what place?
like fourth. I think one of them are going to be like the fourth or the fifth place team. It's going to be Tampa Bay, Boston, and Toronto. They're going to be the three bottom feeders. New York
How
and
you set your expectations at rock bottom, and then you work your way up, and I like that.
No, well, I'm not.
Because then you'll never be disappointed.
Getting like me, Ray. You're getting like me.
I'm not like you though, because I'm realistic.
We stink. We're gonna lose.
No, you're just crazy. I know we don't have pitching, so I can't.
I don't even think you're being realistic. I think you're just not confident. You're
Well, he
just
said they're going to
unconfident.
finish in the bottom.
We don't have any pitching.
Well,
How
yeah,
can I be
that's the
confident?
realistic part. But
How can I be confident? I was all right. So Jordan, just to be, transparent with you, I was confident with Mac Jones. All right, I'm not confident with our pitchers in Boston. That's all I'm saying.
He sure was. He was confident with Mac Jones.
I was,
and look what happened.
I feel bad. You know what though, and I'm going to stick by it. I actually feel bad that Mac Jones never got like a real shake at it, because with Josh McDaniels, he was pretty good, and then you got stuck with two morons, and then last year it was O'Brien. He's had 3 different coordinators in 3 years. I mean, hey, and his confidence completely destroyed. You try playing a game after
they ruined him. They ruined. They went to the playoffs when he was a rookie. He's not garbage.
Oh, I know.
The biggest mistake Bill made was hiring a defensive coordinator to run the offense in year 2. Year 2 is the most important year for a young quarterback, and Bill did him a disservice.
Yeah,
and then last year the team was just garbage. Yeah, so I'm just trying to be fair.
But you know what though? If Josh Dobbs was in that position, he would have excelled.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. I was just throwing some shade there. Jordan again.
We're going to be holding a clip.
Jordan got the slick tongue over there, man. You got the slick tongue over tonight. I appreciate it. I do. I love it. You're going to come on next week. We'll do it again.
Yep.
We'll do it again. It's all fun. But yeah, no, it's hard to get excited about Boston, to be honest. It really is. We'll see.
Tough year.
I can only hope that our guys that are like, 4.5 ERA guys can lower it. We'll see.
Yep.
We'll see.
So, let's see. Okay. You guys got anything else as far as baseball is concerned? I know it's spring training. We got like 23 days left for opening day. Opening day, I believe the first games are in like
the 26th. Is it the 26th?
San Diego against LA, but it's overseas, I think.
Okay.
So I want to talk about the NCAA, man. NC versus Duke this Saturday coming up. Kev, how do you feel about that?
Tough venue. Awesome when they play. 9 out of 10 times it delivers, and the game's great. Carolina beat the daylights out of Notre Dame tonight, which was nice. And there's great players. good coaches. It's always a great game. Tough to win there. Tough to win in Duke. Tough to win in Duke. So I'm excited about it. And it'll be what I'm excited for this weekend too. So always fun to watch that when those two teams play, but tough venue. I expect Duke to play better this time. Much better.
So you think it's going to be a close game?
Yeah, I think it comes down to, like with Carolina, it comes down to, can they make 8 or more threes, and can they make foul shots? And, you know, when they defend, they're elite. Like when they make a decision to play team defense, they're elite. They play that way. They shoot, you know, they make some threes and they hit their foul shots. They got a chance to win the game. If they don't defend, then it's going to be a problem, especially there. And you know that, you know, being at home, you know, really it impacts the guys, you know, not the studs, but it usually impacts, you know, the first couple guys off the bench, the third or fourth option. Those guys usually play better at home. So I think it'll be a great game.
Jordan, what do you got for NCAA?
I don't know. I'm really excited that we're starting to see the March Madness, like the bracketology stuff. That's coming together. Again, like I've been saying for a couple of weeks now, I'm still loving Tennessee. They're seriously like they're probably my way too early pick to win the Natty this year. I just think that they excel on both sides of the ball. Defensively, they are a great defensive team. And I don't see a lot of SEC teams get credit for their defense. So seeing Tennessee get credit for their defense while holding a top offense in NCAA, I think that they're a big threat.
So you got Tennessee. That's cool.
And Dalton
Ray.
Knecht, the stud, as you've pointed out.
He's him.
He's him. He's a great player.
I saw a lot of stuff about how people think he's going to get Player of the Year.
He could. I think in the
That's
SEC,
surprising.
he's the Player of the Year.
Yeah, easily.
The SEC is not. I mean, the SEC is what, mediocre.
It's
I
a
mean,
good. Last
It's
year
not-
it was
it's really
better.
not. It's really not a good division, honestly.
They got a lot of schools in the top 25. They got
They
like
do.
5 right now.
Yeah, they do.
But I mean, you look at
Auburn,
it like
Alabama.
who? Yeah, Alabama. What the hell's ain't football?
Auburn.
And Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee,
Oh,
Kentucky.
Yep.
To be honest with you, I think the
Oh, God.
conference that people really need to worry about is the Big 12.
Yeah,
The Big
That is
12
the best
seems-
conference in America this year.
Big 12
Yeah.
seems to be
Hands
the
down.
problem this year. I mean, obviously, you know, we saw UConn play Kansas, and Kansas handed UConn a loss, and that was a hell of a game. Kansas is 9-7 in the Big 12.
Says a lot
9-7.
because
Holy
says a lot
crap.
'cause yeah.
You know, I think Houston's number one, right? Is Houston number one, or is it Baylor?
Yes, Houston
I'm
is
not
number
bad.
one.
Houston,
right?
one.
Houston, Purdue, UConn. But a team like Iowa State, like, where the hell are these guys from?
But
You know what I
they're-
mean? Obviously Iowa,
best
but like
they're
that's not a program you hear about very often.
Texas,
but Baylor-
and Texas Tech, really
Dude, they're-
good,
They're deep.
very
They're
deep.
deep. They're gonna get 7 or 8 teams in the tournament this year.
Yep.
And I feel like the Big 12 hasn't really been that. I mean, when's the last time a Big 12 team even won? Actually, Kansas, right? But before
Yeah.
that, maybe Texas, I think, might have won. Rick Barnes' Texas team might have won one. Possibly.
No, it's
Kansas.
Kansas.
Baylor?
But
No.
They're always and Baylor. Baylor won it a few years ago too. Good call. They
Okay.
did.
All
Or
right.
did they win it? I thought
They did win it a couple years ago.
beat Gonzaga, right? Yeah.
Yes.
But-
This man.
I thought Gonzaga killed them, but maybe it was the other way around.
No, it was the other way. That Baylor team
Yeah.
was really
Right,
good.
right. Because that was the year that Suggs hit that half court buzzer, and then they like got killed. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah.
Baylor won it. So, but yeah, Big 12, dude, watch out for them. Watch out.
Dude,
Because I do believe that UConn is the best team in the country.
Yeah.
And It was nice to watch them against Seton Hall the other day, completely destroy them.
Yeah.
After UConn did take their
Yeah, they
second
won by
loss
like
of the
30
season.
points, right?
Yeah, no, they did, but it was at home. Like when UConn's at home, they are different. I mean, they're good on the road. Other than that beatdown that they took against
Creighton.
Creighton. But Creighton shot the lights out.
They shot the lights out.
They shot the lights out.
It happened. Listen, it happens. UConn, I think UConn's the best team in the country. But
Dude,
again,
they are. They're so
winning
good.
6 in a row is tough, man. There's a lot of really good teams this year. March Madness will be fun. I
Dude,
can't wait to go through that.
No, absolutely. And just kind of seeing like the development of Stephon Castle.
Yeah.
This dude's gonna be the biggest problem moving forward, honestly. Because his confidence and the confidence they have in him to get him the ball to do what he needs to do, he's the best. I think he's the best player on the team.
He's the most talented player on the team.
He is the most explosive player. He can do anything. He really can. He can do it all. And he's like the dude. It's what UConn does. They just kind of like slowly develop their players throughout the season.
Yeah.
And this dude went from being like the 7th guy to now he's in the 5, and he's averaging probably what 20 plus points over the last 10 games.
He's been great, and he's hitting the 3 ball.
He
and
is
that was the question coming in is his consistency from 3. But dude, they're battle tested. They play defense. They're big. The key is if Klingon can stay out of foul trouble. That's the key.
Yeah.
That's it right there. Because they defend. UConn, to me, UConn's above everybody else, but it's hard to repeat, and it's hard to win 6 in a row, and it's a deep year, real deep.
No, a lot of good teams. A lot of good teams. I'm not sold on. Go ahead. By the way, Marquette tomorrow night.
Marquette.
Yep. And it's tomorrow night at home. I think tomorrow night's at Marquette. So
well, we'll see how they play on the road. Schmitty, what do you got?
Randy is asking, are we getting a 14-team college playoff?
Yes, but not. It'll take a couple years, but yes. The college football is turning into the NFL minor league. That's what this is going to be. Eventually, it's going to be a 16 team. I really wish college football adopted the system that Chip Kelly mentioned, because it would be every other sport wouldn't have got affected by all this stuff. They could have been their own league. They could have moved their teams around how they see fit, get rid of conferences, and they could have left the Big East and all these other conferences alone. College football screwed up college sports. But yes, we will get 14 and eventually 16, and it'll be like playoffs.
We had front row seats what college football does to a university.
It ruined college basketball.
They screwed our basketball program for 6-8 years.
It really did. They had no conference. They couldn't recruit. They weren't on TV.
Yeah.
I wish UConn went to the ACC, in a selfish way, so I could, we could go up to the Ren, and we could see Florida State, we could see Miami, we could see Clemson. I thought it would have been awesome. But at least they're in the Big East. In the Big East, it'll never be what it used to be, but it's still very strong. But it's to answer the question, yeah, we're going to get more playoff teams. Is the NCAA tournament the best tournament? You mean March Madness? I'd say it's the most fun.
It's the best.
I love it.
March Madness is the best. There's nothing better.
Carolina?
Nothing.
Carolina can win the whole thing. Probably, they probably have to beat Duke and at least get to the semifinals of the ACC tournament to get a 1 seed. But if you're a 1 or a 2 seed, to me, it doesn't matter. You're right in position if you're a 1 or 2 seed. We've seen other seeds make it far in the tournament. Carolina's really, really good, and they're much better than they were as the season progressed, especially on the defensive side, than when UConn just dismantled them. So, try to be objective with my teams, and they could win it all. They could lose in the second round if they don't play a complete game. It's that simple. There's too many good teams in the tournament this year.
Smitty's so happy on that next comment down there. I saw him smile as soon as it popped up.
Pop it up.
I saw
World
Smitty
Baseball
smile.
Classic is way better.
Oh,
That's the
fuck.
X factor. I mean, it is if you're a baseball fan. You know what I mean?
But it's not even
Um,
close. It's not
my
even.
question is,
People don't even know that the World Baseball Classic is even a thing.
My question is, as far as NCAA basketball,
Yeah.
do we have any Cinderella stories?
Always.
If so, who are the teams that you guys see?
I gotta
competing?
see with these smaller teams, Schmitty, if they don't win
Mhm.
their conference tournament, they can't get in. So I can't go there right now.
Okay,
Because
Okay,
you know
gotcha.
what St. Mary's is a team that I don't think people talk
Gales?
enough about. They're really good.
Gales?
They always give Gonzaga fits out there. It's one of those teams that you don't really want to see early in your bracket if you're a high seed. And they
So
always shoot.
it's impossible to pick, honestly.
It is. It is. After the conference champions and the tournaments, we can go there definitely.
gotcha.
Yeah.
And then is Houston for real?
Yes. Yes. Very talented. They can shoot the ball. They've got a big guy inside that's real tough. Calvin Sampson's a heck of a coach.
And it's a Texas team.
Yeah.
Texas is it's a big state. They can
Dude.
recruit. They can recruit.
Texas Tech and Texas are
H-Town.
really good.
H-Town.
Baylor.
H-Town.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Good to see them back, by the way. They were great for years, and they were, Calvin Sampson. He got in trouble, like always, but
Oklahoma.
he's done a great job. He's done a great job there, getting really good kids and NBA type kids. So, they're for real.
Calvin Sampson was Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
He came from Oklahoma. Won a natty with Oklahoma.
Didn't he get in trouble? Didn't he go to Indiana and get in trouble? Where did he get in trouble?
It might have been Indiana, but I think he won the natty at Oklahoma beforehand.
Or he went far. He had Blake Griffin. Yeah.
Who's the Arkansas head? Oh no, that was Richardson. Okay, never mind. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I think Sampson was definitely Oklahoma. That was so long ago.
He was.
So long ago. Top 5 college basketball players this year. Ooh.
Men or women?
Zach Edey. You got to throw
RJ Davis. Dalton Connect.
Yeah. Dalton Connect.
Kyle Filipowski.
Yeah, you think so? Filipowski? Yeah, really?
Yeah, he's what makes them go. You go to Kentucky, the Reeves kid's really good. I mean, we're forgetting guys, obviously. We didn't mention anybody on UConn. I think Newton's been terrific. Top 5. I think we did pretty good there with Edey and RJ Davis and Dalton Connect. You're just going around the conferences,
Yeah.
One of the guards at Houston, I mean,
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking at some of these scores on here.
Sure.
How about did you guys mention Tyler Kolek
No.
from
I
Marquette?
don't think we did. No,
Very underrated
Hunter
kid.
Dickinson?
he is. Yeah.
Dickinson's really good. Not top 5, but he's really good. Edey's probably
Jaden Lee.
Keon Brooks.
Arizona's got some good players. They got some foreign kids that are really good. I mean, the cream of the crop are the 3 that we mentioned above. Connect, Davis, Edey. Those guys are probably. I want to put Caitlin Clark in there. I know we're talking about guys, but how do you not? He said top 5 college basketball. Caitlin Clark is something else. I think if she played with the men, she'd average over 10 points. Not even think about it. You're telling me there's teams in the country right now that couldn't use a spot up shooter? She could play with the guys, man. I'm telling you, she's that good.
I think we'd have to throw Terrence Shannon in there from Illinois.
Really good player.
Averaging 22 and 4. I mean, Big 12. I'm sorry, Big.
He came from Texas Tech. He plays at Illinois.
Big 10, yeah.
I know we're forgetting guys, but I mean, there's so many really good players around the country that, like I said, the kid Reeves from Kentucky's been really good.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? You want to give it to the guys that are playing against the best players too. It's kind of tough to throw in one of these guys from Denver or Colorado State, for Christ's sake.
How come Bronny James isn't in the top 5?
Bronny James is in the top. Bronny James is in the top 5 at the University of South Carolina.
Nah.
Jordan, it looks like your team's gonna pull it off. 111,
Yeah,
105.
Hey, what a win, bro! You should
You
be
in a
proud.
better mood now, buddy?
no.
The Miami Heat are probably they were just as good as your Mac Jones comments earlier.
So they're pretty damn good.
I mean, they barely beat the worst team in the NBA. So no,
That
that's
doesn't
not
matter. Doesn't matter.
Oh, Dubs,
win is
Dubs.
You
a
know
win.
those
A win
worst
is a
teams
win.
will always give you their best.
Talking
bro.
like a true spawn of Russ.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I'm not comparing Brock Purdy to God. So
Who did that?
my dad.
Oh, he did that.
He compared him to Joe. He asked about him and Joe Montana. I almost spit my water out.
Okay. Well,
Joe Montana.
I gotta order that for his birthday, a Brock Purdy jersey.
you got him one?
Nah.
Did
I'm
you?
gonna get him one.
Oh, you're
Good.
going to. Okay.
Nice.
I don't know if I'm gonna get him like the actual jersey or the Mr. Irrelevant one. I think that one will be tough.
Just get him a bobblehead.
Get him a
Maybe.
bobblehead. Then he can put it on in the background when he joins us. So, all right, Smitty, what do you got? You got anything else?
I think that's it. We're done. I mean, unless you guys got a little bit of hockey, I don't have anything right now.
I don't have any hockey. I don't have any hockey right now. I told my wife we'd be on for an hour, and I feel like we
You lied, and I
might
lied
have
too.
done
I
that.
lied
It was
too.
an unintentional lie.
My fault. Oh, X Factor, he got something. Listen,
Oh,
man,
go
you've been
ahead, X.
smoking on that good shit all night long, bro. What you gonna pass
Go
it
ahead,
over?
X.
Top
Oh.
5. What was that? Top 5.
Your favorite basketball team in the last 10 years for college.
Flips.
It's a good question.
It is.
I don't know.
It's a tough one though, because there's always that one team each year, and you can't really put your finger on it.
2023 UConn Huskies. Well, that's easy. That was a great team.
Yeah.
Fun team too. I'm always pro UConn
Thanks, Randy.
when they suck. No, I'll tell
Top
you they
5
suck.
most fun MLB players to watch this year.
I like that question. I think tied, just because I think that they're very similar in terms of their play style between O'Neal Cruz and Ellie De La Cruz. They hit the ball harder than anyone in the league. They field tremendously well. They have crazy arms. Ronald Acuna, definitely. Who I'm excited to watch. I'm definitely excited to see what Yamamoto does in the MLB. I'm very excited for that. Probably a little bit of bias here, but obviously Juan Soto. I really hope that he has like one of his good years on the Yankees. He's a very exciting player to watch. I got a little underrated one. I believe he's still on the A's, but Tony Kemp is like one of the best defensive players like I've ever seen in my life. That dude makes every single play that you want, and he does it in the most beautiful way. Half of his highlight catches last year were like I've never seen people do that. Like he's crazy athletic for being like a 5'8" dude.
Okay. Smitty, what do you got? You got anything on that?
Yeah. I got let's see. I'm gonna go out West Coast, San Diego Padres, Tatis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to what year he's gonna have. Otani, Mookie Betts playing second base. Juan Soto, of course, and the big man, the captain, Aaron Judge. I
Okay.
want to see what type of year they have.
Okay, Homer. That's cool. All right.
I'm sorry I couldn't come up with any Red Sox, Ray. Wait,
Listen,
hold on. Let me see.
Mr. Simpson. Mr. Simpson.
Wait,
No,
hold on. Let me see.
I got players.
I'm looking
got
forward to
players.
seeing Cassis this year. I'll say that.
Dude, yeah, no,
Cassis?
I do like Tristan
I
Cassis.
think Tristan Cassis, yeah. No,
I
I
love
like
him.
that one.
Mm,
I was
Still
gonna
can't.
kind of lean more towards like Corbin Carroll. I want to see if he can
Yeah,
do what he did
like
last
that.
year. Julio Rodriguez out in Seattle. I feel like his potential has not even been close to reached. He struggled in the beginning of the year last year, but it'll be interesting to see what he can do. Little one out of nowhere, Estuary Ruiz for the
I like
Athletics.
that.
That dude had a ton of stolen bases. He
Oh,
got
yeah.
hurt. Like he might set the
What do you have? Like 59 or something like that?
Yeah, he might set the stolen base record this year.
Mm.
You
Acuna?
think
No,
after
if he-
Acuna that he'd get it done?
I think he'll steal more bases than Acuna if he can get on base enough.
Mm.
That dude was Mr. Swipey. That dude swiped bases last year, Smitty. He got hurt and he was still right there with Acuna. Trust me on that one. The dude is I don't want to call him a sleeper, but I had him in fantasy and he was definitely a beast. One other player I'm kind of I don't know if it's a reach or not, but Josh Young, the third baseman for the Texas Rangers.
Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
I'm curious
I like
to see I'm curious to see what he's going to do this year because he did pretty good last year. He had some injury as well, so yeah, there's a lot of young players. Ray, invite me to your fantasy league. Listen, man, I got chips, bro. I got chips. Is he a guru? Listen, Smitty, if he's a guru, he's gonna come on here because I want to talk about it. Let's go. Don't invite is there, X Factor. The invite is there. You want to go? Let's go. Let's talk about it. I like it. I'm not.
Listen,
I am by far of fantasy baseball.
Randy, who are some underrated? No, what is
Fires.
it? Do the Red Sox and Yankees make any more moves?
They better. Red Sox better. Yankees will.
I see the Red Sox making a move, especially now that Giolito went down. Who knows? I mean, I think that the last article I read, as far as Montgomery is concerned, they're set on a price. They're not budging from that price, but anything can happen. As far as the Yankees are concerned, I don't know. I seriously doubt it that they'll make a move. Although they have a lot of questions as far as their starting rotation, the bullpen looks good. The depth looks good right now. Depending on the injuries that happen, maybe, midway through the season, do they make another move? Yeah. But as of now, I don't see the Yanks making another move. I could be wrong.
Red Sox better make a move. That's all I gotta say. Who fires their manager first in baseball? The New York Yankees. Aaron Boone. Listen, the bar.
Yeah, it's either him or Roberts.
Right. Yeah, I think it's fair. Who else are you gonna fire? Who else are you gonna fire? It's got to be a good team. That's ESPN.
Ray, that question is for you.
I use ESPN in one league and I use Yahoo in another league. Actually, no, I use ESPN in both leagues. I bounced out of my Yahoo league for baseball. So yeah, there are only 10 category leagues. My Yahoo league, there was 22 categories, but then it was like, oh God. You had to pay for your transactions, and it was it was very, very costly at the end of the year if I didn't make the playoffs. 12 teams, top 4. What was it like? I think it was $500 buy-in, and then it was like another $200 to $300 on top if you didn't make the playoffs for your transactions.
Oh wow!
I bounced out of that league this year, Smitty. I bounced out of that.
One young kid that I'm interested in. I'm looking forward to watching him play is Evan Carter from the Texas Rangers.
Texas, yeah, no, yeah, I
Yeah,
agree to that.
He played last year. He's still eligible to get Rookie of the Year because I don't know how many games he played.
Yeah,
He already got a chip with them. You know, it's his first year. Not even, you know what I mean? His whole full year. And then also Mike Trout. I want to see what he does this year.
fair. You know what? Here's one out of nowhere. Jared Kalinick. The kid from he was out in Seattle. Kalinick was out in Seattle. And he ended up, I think where is he at now? I feel like he might be with the Dodgers.
What's his last name again?
Jared Kalinick. He's with the Braves, I'm sorry. So now he's with the Braves. And this dude was supposed to be a complete stud. He was a 6th overall pick from the Mets in 2018. And then he was out in Seattle, and there was so much hope and praise for him. And injuries, man. Injuries killed him, but now he's out with the Braves. Obviously, the Braves have a very good lineup. I'm curious to see what he's going to do out there in Atlanta. I think he could be a problem out there. And that's like kind of like one of those sleeper names. Maybe the X Factor will comment on that one. But watch out for him. And another one from the Dodgers is Teoscar Hernandez.
Okay.
The Dodgers are loaded. They're loaded.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
That's one of the guys I want. And you know what? He probably will appreciate that because he was a Blue Jays player, Teoscar Hernandez. I had him a couple years ago. He was phenomenal. But I think you could see a big year out of him this year too. So.
Oh yeah, with that lineup, absolutely.
Oh yeah, no, a lot of protection in that lineup. But I am really gunning for him. In really both of my leagues.
I mean, think about it. You got Mookie Betts leading off, followed by Ohtani.
Yeah.
Freeman. Followed by Freddie Freeman.
Freeman.
Come on now. You know?
Yeah, no, the Dodgers are going to be a problem. If the Dodgers don't win the World Series, come on. Like, Dave Roberts got to go. And then who are they going to hire? I can tell you they're going to hire next. Do you know, Smitty?
No. Who?
Alex Cora. Alex Cora is going to end up in LA when the Dodgers don't win it. And it's going to be a shame because I'm going to be very disappointed that we are going to lose Alex Cora because I think he's a great coach. But yeah, Mookie Betts, Ohtani, Freeman, Hernandez, Muncy. Muncy could be a problem. Then Jason Hayward.
Will Smith.
You got Kiki. Kiki's back over there.
Hernandez. Yeah.
Rojas and Chris O'Kee.
They got Gavin Lux too. Gavin Lux is there.
Gavin Lux is another one.
Hey, Randy's asking,
Will
you
Smith.
want to see more baseball games overseas?
Yes.
Yeah, I enjoy that. You know, I like watching and listening the atmospheres, the culture. I mean, just the difference. You know what I mean? Like if you take it to Korea and Japan, I find it very interesting and very entertaining.
I think they need to be more like the NFL. I think the NFL does a good job with the overseas games, with going to Germany and London and all that. I would like to see them go to places like Japan, like MLB games in Japan.
What's the difference though, Jordan? Like I think it's a good point that you're bringing up, but at the same time, when you see a baseball game in Japan, or somewhere in Asia, right? Because we've seen all of the highlights on whatever platform we're watching it on, and these players are literally throwing the bat up in the air. Like the hype isn't there for that in the NFL. It's kind of just like the same old boring. Oh, we're at Wembley Stadium again. Doop-de-doop-de-doo. But
I think it's more of for the NFL that they're trying to get the world involved in football. Like football, like around the world besides America, it's not really there. Whereas baseball is a world sport. You got like South America, Central America, like all like
it's weird how that works.
Like baseball is an international sport
It is.
compared to
Football.
American
how
football.
sort of
Yeah, I agree.
internationally local football is.
Yeah, even listening to like, even what, you listen to some of the, you know, God, I don't know, like the Dominican games, right? Or the Hispanic games
Yeah.
and you hear the announcers and it's just like they get so fired up,
Oh yeah.
when an exciting play happens and it's just like, I don't even know what the hell they're saying, but just
But
because
you
the
get
way
excited too.
I do, because
I
the way
get pumped.
it's all about the presentation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can sit
That's the
here.
beauty about sports, you know?
I can sit here right now and I can tell you how exciting baseball is because I live in America. Or I can be like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I get you. I get
I
you.
love it.
Now that's a classic on the hook.
He's holding his
We
hand.
have to replay that all the time, Jordan.
Yeah.
We have to replay that all the time.
Listen, man, if I could speak fluent Spanish, I would have killed it. The only problem is,
Oh my god.
gonna say
Yes,
like-
you would have.
no say, no say, no say, no say. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think you're
saying.
ready for Korea though. I think you're ready for Korea.
Listen, I'll start throwing some shit around. No problem. I'll
Listen, thoughts
I'll-
on the soccer game that they played in the snow.
I saw that. That was
You
crazy.
saw that? What are your
I
thoughts?
saw that. They were playing. I don't know what two teams it was, but I saw it on Instagram. They were playing in like an absolute blizzard. Like
Yeah?
it was crazy. It
Do
was
we remember what country it was in, or
no. I could probably look back now. It might have been France, but it was kind of crazy.
Randy, are the
Well-
Braves overrated?
No.
Until the Braves with that lineup with the pitching.
It was the MLS. It was the MLS.
Okay. All right.
Spencer Strider.
I do
That's
think that the Braves are overrated.
No way.
No.
The same way we could say the Yankees on paper, if they don't win a championship, I say the Braves are overrated, the Yankees will be overrated, the Dodgers will be overrated if they do not get a championship.
I said
So
that last
the Braves
year,
on
right?
paper. Huh?
That was me last year. I was high on the Braves last year. I
Yeah,
said
me
there was
too.
no way the Braves didn't win it, and they didn't.
Absolutely. On paper, they're like a monster. They're a monster team. You know?
Bryce Elder, Max Fried, Strider, Charlie Morton. They got some. They have another pitcher in there too that I'm missing.
Yep.
Oh, and they got my boy Chris Sale as well.
That's right, Chris Sale.
So
I
we'll see
want
what
him
happens.
to have a great year.
Yeah, you're talking crazy right now.
Wow, why?
Talking crazy. All right. Listen, Smitty, we're 62 minutes over our projected time tonight.
That's cool. That means that we had fun.
No, dude, we always have fun, man. We always have fun. Absolutely. All right, what are you guys looking forward to this weekend coming up? Jordan, go ahead.
God. I know that there's going to be a lot of good college basketball matchups, important ones as well in terms of rankings and seedings for the conference tournaments and all that. So I think I'm excited for college basketball this year or this week.
All right. Smitty, what do you got?
Same thing. Spring training, watching the prospects play, and college basketball. Let's see. I do want to answer X-Man. He said he was listening to CJ Stroud's interview. I disagree with you. Yeah, Lamar. Yeah, I got to utilize closed captions sometimes when a man is talking, but that's just me. CJ Stroud, I believe that he's
Gotta use
very
closed
well,
caption.
very well spoken.
We
Yeah,
gotta use
Lamar sometimes, dude. Lamar sometimes I don't understand what he be saying, man.
closed
I'm like,
caption.
what did he just say?
Who said what?
Lamar.
Lamar. Who's Lamar?
Lamar Jackson.
Oh, that bum ass quarterback.
Yeah.
Nah, Lamar's a beast. He's a beast. Especially if you know how to use him properly in Madden, he's a problem.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
What do you got lined up for this weekend, Ray?
He said, "Sorry, guys, I asked too many questions." No, you did not, Randy.
No, you're good. You're good.
Phenomenal
We
question.
appreciate the questions.
Absolutely, and don't stop. You know what? I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna go off a little bit.
Okay.
Arnold Palmer Invitationals this weekend.
Oh.
You know what? The weather it's right here. I can't wait to get out and like swing my golf clubs, hit the golf ball. Some notables in the field: Scotty Chef, Rory, Hovland, Schauffele, Cantlay, Spieth, Morikawa, Sam Burns, Max Homa. They're all going to be down there. Arnold Palmer Invitational. I'm probably going to be tuning into that one, to be honest with you. And then also, not this weekend, but tomorrow night, UConn at Marquette. We have to make sure that we can give them the business again. So, and then we're gonna have the Big East tournament's gonna be coming up soon. So, hey, with that being said, gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
Jordan, just be careful tonight when you go to sleep.
Should I sleep with one eye open tonight? Or
I'm not so sure, but you're not a bad idea. All right. All right, guys.
Have a good
We
night,
out.
guys.
All right. Good night.